The very state of money is meant to be temporary. It's meant to be yours sometimes and somebody else's sometimes. And that's the only way that the system works. Because if somebody else isn't spending money, there's no money being exchanged for you to go grab a part of. Every day, there are trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars exchanged, and it's up to you to just go grab some of them.
Welcome, everybody, to the Chris Harder Show, where we are making you unapologetic about your pursuit of success, knowing that when good people like you make good money, they can then do great things. My name is Chris Harder, and several times per week, I will bring you epic guests, solo episodes, and every single tool, trick, and skill set you need to grow your business, grow your money mindset, and to grow your wealth to levels that you have never reached before. I've ended up in a unique place in life where I've got the experience, the connections, and all of the secrets that it takes to be successful. And I'm lifting the curtain to reveal it all to you in an effort to help put you in a position of abundance so great that you can then be as generous as possible. So let's lock arms and let's get started.
Hey, everybody, welcome back to the Chris Harder Show, where today I'm grateful to have a strong money mindset. Here's why. Those of you that have been longtime listeners, I'm guessing more than half of you probably found the show after this time, but those of you that have been longtime listeners, you know this show used to be called For the Love of Money, and we talked a lot about money mindset and the role that financial literacy plays in your entrepreneurial role and where generosity plays into it and all that stuff. And so that's my background. And I use the very things that I had to teach back then still today. You see, here's a little spoiler alert. Your money mindset is never something that is truly fixed. It's just something that you learn to manage better, because money is one of the most triggering things that comes from some of the most triggering lessons as a child growing up, what you saw. So you don't get rid of it. You just learn to manage it better. And to give you some context, I've been using this a lot lately. I've had to make some investments, and I've had to make some large expenditures. And I had hesitation sending those wires. And then I had to remind myself, one of the very lessons that I used to teach, and that's what I wanted to share with you today, is this. The very state of money is meant to be temporary. The very purpose of money is meant to come and go. It's meant to be exchanged, or it literally has no value. Like, grab a $10 bill. It's really a useless piece of paper, not even good enough to make a good fire to stay warm. But if you exchange it for something, now it suddenly becomes worth $10, right? So the very state of money is meant to be temporary. It's meant to be yours sometimes and somebody else's sometimes. And that's the only way that the system works. So how can this help your money mindset? Well, when you have to make an investment or when you have to make a large expenditure and you feel that fear creeping up or that resentment creeping up or that anger creeping up, how can this help you feel better about it? The first lesson is the system would collapse if everybody hesitated and didn't make that investment or didn't spend that money. Because if somebody else isn't spending money, there's no money being exchanged for you to go grab a part of. I mean, every day there are trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars exchanged, and it's up to you to just go grab some of them. Not created, and that's a separate podcast because wealth is literally created, but there's not trillions and trillions of dollars created every day, but there is trillions and trillions of dollars exchanged every day. And as it's exchanging, if you picture it out there floating in the air and some people are grabbing it and some people are not, it's up to you to be the person who is participating in the exchange. Except here's the catch. It's the only exchange that you don't get to participate in unless you are also exchanging your money. So again, the very nature of money is meant to come and go. You are meant to exchange it for something else of equal or greater value, hopefully of greater value. And it's not always just another $10 bill. Matter of fact, it's almost never another $10 bill. You don't give someone a $10 bill and get a $10 bill back. Like, what sense would that make? You give somebody a $10 bill and you get, I don't know, a neck massage back. You give someone a $10 bill and you get really good service at the valet back. You give somebody a $10 bill and you get a couple of ice cream cones back. So value is not just physical money. Value is whatever you need or desire in the moment that you're willing to exchange some of your money for. And so think about that when you're the one selling the ice cream cones, when you're the one running the valet service, when you're the one with the massage company, if people acted like you and had the same hesitation and said, oh my God, I'm not going to part with this money, then you would never receive any money for the value that you get to add to the world. Does this make sense? The very nature of your money is meant to go out the front door sometimes, unfortunately, as uncomfortable as we may be with that. And when you play bigger games, it just has bigger zeros on it. But the discomfort doesn't actually change. Matter of fact, right now, I'd say for the past year or more, us exchanging large dollar amounts, like making this big investment that we made recently, feels way more uncomfortable than it used to. A little context. You know, Lori's been building Glossy full time. Started as light pink, turned into Glossy. She's been at that for 5 years, never taken a single penny in compensation. Let that sink in. So full-time effort, no compensation coming in. I've been building Frello, which, by the way, we secretly launched. Ooh, feels so good. Don't worry, you'll see the public launch soon. But we have people on the platform doing deals, baby. It's the best thing on the planet. So I've been working on Frello full-time. So what happens is I've been working on Frello for 3 years, haven't taken a single dollar in exchange. So Lori's full-time Glossy, no money in exchange. I'm full-time Frello, no money in exchange. What happens when you make two full-time efforts that are not in an effort that pays you? Well, you take your eye off the ball of the main thing that pays you, our personal brands, the podcasts, the masterminds, entrepreneurial education, all of those programs. And a lot of them we purposely shut down because we said, oh, we don't have a bandwidth for this. You're busy with Glossy, I'm busy with Frello. So we purposely shut them down, like voluntarily saying, I want to make less, not want to, but I need to make less so I can go build these things with big enterprise value over here. And then some of it was an unintended side effect. We literally make millions of dollars less per year than we did at peak before we started these companies. Let that sink in. We literally make, our personal income is not down by $1 million, it's down by millions compared to what it used to be before we started these ventures. And I'm paying into Frello every single month. Let that sink in. So imagine making no money from the thing that takes most of your time, actually paying into it, and at the same time, that thing causing your main source of income to get cut in half or worse. So why do I share that context? Because as of late, when we make some of the same big expenditures that we used to, now it feels really uncomfortable or scary. Now it starts dipping into pots that I didn't want to dip into. And so in those times, I have to remind myself, nope, you're doing it right. You are participating in the very system that is going to pay you back. If you don't make this investment, how can you expect an ROI? If you don't put this money over here, how can you expect it to grow? If you don't buy a small chunk of this company, how can you expect to get revenue and dividends and enterprise value from other people's efforts? You can't. The only thing you could expect is roll up your sleeves, go to the factory, and earn your paycheck. And so you have to part with your money in strategic ways in order for it to multiply. And that is the very nature of money. Temporary, meant to come, meant to go. And as it comes and as it goes, your job is to say, how can I participate vigorously in this great money exchange, but make sure that it's always returning more than I kicked out in the system. When I put 10 out, how do I make sure I'm getting 20 back? Even if it's not right away. When I put 100 out, how do I make sure I'm getting 200 back? When I put 100 grand out, how do I make sure I'm getting 150, 200, 250, or $500,000 back eventually? By making sure that you're being smart with it. By making sure that you've got good guidance, good financial coaches. I mean, heck, I swear by Phil and Trish Calandra, who that run True Wealth, if you're an entrepreneur. If you're making over 7 figures, you have to go hit them up. As a matter of fact, I even think I have like a month free for you or something. Check the show notes. I'll figure that out for you. But you have to go hit the experts up to help you make sure that when you are participating in the system, you're not just putting your money in the system and forgetting to grab your share back. You need to make sure you're putting 10 out and getting 20 back. But anyhow, I just wanted to share this because I used to talk about this all the time. And I've been using the tools that I've been using lately when money feels uncomfortable to keep kicking out in the system, saying, oh, I know it's in a few years that this is going to pay me back, but in the meantime, it's just gone. Bye. See you later. Woo. Right? Reminding myself that the very state of money is to be temporary. It is meant to come and go. It is meant to be exchanged for equal or greater value, even if it's down the road. And when you are aware of this, then you feel good from an abundant standpoint. And feeling good from an abundance standpoint then attracts more abundance. And whether you're on team woo, where you're like, ooh, the energy of abundance just attracts more abundance, great. Or whether you're on team logical, where you say, well, when I feel abundant, I feel more confident making investments. When I feel abundant, I feel more confident investing in this thing. When I feel abundant, I feel better spending this money and participating in this. So I don't care if you're on team woo or team logical, you can't poke a hole in the fact that you have to control your money mindset to feel abundant, because when you feel abundant, you just perform better. I think it's a mix of both, by the way. And when all of that comes together, that's my reminder to you that when good people like you make good money, you can then do great things. And speaking of great things, I'm about to go jump on an airplane so I can go home and spend 24 hours with my mom for Mother's Day. That's what the best part of money is, guys, is to have the choice to go create memories with your loved ones. Money equals choice, but you won't get the money without mastering the mindset. Thanks for listening. Always love and appreciate you. And by the way, I'm taking one brand new one-on-one coaching client. I just wrapped up a couple-year contract with incredible entrepreneurs. I love them to death. Their business is crushing it. We got them past where we wanted to go, and I want to do that with somebody else. So if you're earning several $100,000 or more, really the sweet spot is over $500,000, and you want to get to 7 figures or 8 figures. If you're at 7 figures, you want to get to 8, or if you're right below 7, you want to get over 7. I can chart that path and help you do it. And I can pull in my connections, and I can make it a whole hell of a lot easier and a whole hell of a lot less expensive in terms of time, money, and lessons for you than if you go at it alone. If you want me to lock arms with you in your business right now, go to chrisharder.me/coaching and fill out that really quick app. We'll have a chat to see if it's a perfect win-win for the both of us. I never work with people if I don't know that I can't help them significantly. So go to chrisharder.me/coaching. That's chrisharder.me/coaching. Fill out the app, and we'll see if we're a good fit. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening. And if you loved this episode and know of someone else who is as successful as they are generous, please pass them on to me. It would mean the world to me if you help me get this cause and this message out to as many listeners as I can. So please, if you liked what you heard, it goes a long way if you take 30 seconds and leave me a 5-star review and share this with your friends. I'll be forever grateful. And until the next episode, cheers to your success.